Hey, and welcome back to the Blazor Puzzle. I'm Carl Franklin from AppVNext, and that's Jeff Fritz from Microsoft. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, good to see you, my friend. I'm puzzled, and I want to get to the bottom of this one that we have from last week.
Yeah, it was interesting, to say the least. Well, let's just go there.
Let's get right
into
it.
Roll the music. All right, so this is a .NET 8 Blazor web app with no interactivity, server-side rendered, and we want to keep it that way.
Love that. All right, here we go.
Yeah, and when you fill out this edit form and submit it, Blazor tells you that values are required. It's weird, right? So just take a look. I got an edit form. I've got this new user here.
Right, there's your model. Got it.
There's my model. I have a message to report what happened.
For sure.
Yep. And create user happens on valid submit.
Nothing to it.
And it says user created, right? We've done this a million times. Why doesn't this work today? Something's off. So let's just show you the problem as we did from last week. Fortunately, Chrome remembers my stuff, but here's what happens. What?
Yeah. Okay. And it smells like a data binding issue.
Kind of. That's what it smells like. You're right. It's not, but that's exactly where you would go, right? The first thing you would say, what? Wow. I don't understand. So basically what's happening is that, there's no interactivity. So there's no memory. So when you submit the form, first thing that's going to happen is this. Right?
Right. It's going to set up that the user model is a new user model. Yeah.
And that's no good. So our old friend Bill Scharf actually came up with the correct answer, even though he's won before. Oh, and also Bill noticed, because he's an alert viewer, that we didn't show the mug and T-shirt last week. So we were just looking at each other like that. I'm sorry, Bill. But he's paying attention. This is good.
The memes are going to be strong with this one.
Yes. All right. So here is his solution.
All right. Lay it on me.
All right. It's all right down in here. The markup is fine. But new user, we have to add a getter and a setter instead of newing it up. And we're using SupplyParameterFromForm.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
That makes sense when you show that, Carl, now, because when we're thinking about interactive platforms, the server or WebAssembly, we're working with the same instance of that new user object. There is no postback. There is no form actually being submitted. It's just putting stuff right into that property, that variable that we have available to us in memory. So when we are using server-side rendering, it makes sense that you do need to specify, hey, this parameter is coming in from a form.
Right. And if it's null, we're going to create a new user model. So the first time you run it, you have a new user model. The second time it comes from the form, hey, no problem. And that's how it works. So let's show it in action here.
Prove the solution. Yes.
Yes. And boom.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. All right, Bill, you've already got a mug and a T-shirt. We'll have to find something else for you. However, if you have the answer to next week's puzzle, you got to send it in, because you could win one of these. See, there it is now. That's the Blazor Puzzle mug. Yeah.
Look at that.
You could also win one of these, of course. They come together, a Blazor Puzzle T-shirt.
There you go.
And this was a good one. I want to do more like this. Yeah.
These are features that behave just slightly differently between the various render modes.
All right, let's jump into next week's puzzle, Jeff.
And a little foreshadowing, maybe this week's puzzle has a similar problem.
All right, Jeff, what is this?
So this is a global Blazor server interactive website. It's just the default template. We haven't done anything special with this. We turned on the local authentication so that you can log in, get access, and see how that works. And as we know, all of the authentication stuff runs server-side rendered. Doesn't matter if you're interactive server, interactive WebAssembly, it's going to be server-side rendered because we need that stuff to be secure. Rendered on the server, hide all of those secrets for managing security on the server. Don't
no interactivity whatsoever when you're doing all the account stuff.
None. And you can even see that in the app Razor that there's an exception.
Yeah, let me pull that up. All right, so render mode is actually set to this variable, render mode for page, which if your path has account in it, or it starts with account, then it's null. You don't have any interactivity. Otherwise, interactive server.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's interactive server for everything except those pages where you're managing stuff about your accounts, your password, your emails, your third-party logins, and where I want to check out today, Carl, two-factor authentication.
Ooh, yeah, let's do it.
All right. So go ahead and register. Let's create a new user and get logged in.
All right, here we go. No, thanks, Bitwarden. All right, so we see this all the time.
Yep.
You got to apply the migrations. If this is the first time you're running in Visual Studio, blah, blah, blah.
Go ahead and refresh.
Refresh the page and confirm.
Now, normally we'd have that set up with an email service to go send those. So go ahead and log in now.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and log in. Cool. Let's go to your user page. Now, try going to the two-factor authentication.
All right.
I'd like to add an authenticator app, please.
Okay.
Now, this is something that comes in the default template. And it says, hey, here's how to set up your authenticator. There's a key that you can key in, or you can scan this QR code. And we don't see packaged from the template a QR code generator. But there is, when you click that link, directions for how to set up a little bit of JavaScript to inject and run that. You don't need to worry about clicking it right now.
Okay.
But because I've already gone through and implemented those changes, here's the problem. You don't see the QR code.
Right.
So if we head back over to the code for this page, so this is account, manage, enable authenticator.
Okay.
And when you scroll down in here, you'll see that I've put the JavaScript in here to generate. And actually, right there is the instructions. Scan the QR code or enter this key, and it outputs that information. If you scroll down, you'll see I put the JavaScript in. There we go.
Added the script right there.
So I just added the script right there. And it's clearly not working. I followed the directions from the link that's embedded on this page, and it's not working. Why? And what should I do to fix this so that we do get a QR code that folks can scan and automatically configure your authenticator? This page still works, and you can still set up your authenticator using that key that it put on screen that we saw in Chrome. You can still key that in and configure it, but everybody really wants the QR code because nobody wants to key in a series of how many digits into their authenticator. That's a pain in the neck. But
so we're giving no clues here, right? We're not going to say, hey,
the instructions are linked. Carl, the instructions are linked.
Okay, Jeff, that's a good one. So we give you something to chew on for next week. And if you think you know the answer to that, you figured it out.
There you go.
Don't post on social media, but instead send an email to Jeff and me at blazorpuzzle@appvnext.com. Subject puzzle number 40.
40?
40.
Holy smokes. That's almost as old as
40.
me.
40.
Wow.
And hopefully you'll be in the running to be picked for some awesome prizes.
There we go.
And who knows? Maybe one of these days, one of Microsoft or a sponsor will say, Jeff, Carl, we're going to let you give away a new car. That'd be cool.
With a cool Blazor Puzzle logo on the hood.
Right. Hey, there you go. If you've got swag that you want us to give away on your behalf, just send it to us. Yeah. Dream on, guys. All right. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out blazortrain.com and the .NETshow.com for more great content.